next session.
Okay.
Oh, dang. Okay.
Nice.
Will the axe land? That's the question. Rolling that one, and I hit like $1 or something. Just
That would be a fun way to start the next session.
Yeah, I had a joke prepared for when he was going to ask what I feared, but he didn't ask me that. So
Write it down.
Didn't ask everyone.
Next time.
Didn't ask everyone.
Good job, guys.
That was good.
Yeah.
It
You
was
guys made it to
good.
the ruins.
Finally.
Can we make it now?
Forest of Doom.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Debrief. First question: what was something cool that someone else did?
After Cyril falling from 60 feet or wherever, just like popping right back up, and I thought that
How
was
we do.
really cool.
That's how we do.
Just like pretending nothing happened.
What do we do?
Eldakar definitely got some respect for him after that.
Respect. I like that Nebuchadnezzar just went and started pounding on the door.
I don't think he had a choice for that though.
Thunk. He had the first choice, and there was
The
like
first time I had a choice.
thunk.
He went for it regardless. Yeah.
Yeah. You know.
I like how Dala like backed up Chad, like even though she didn't fully agree with his strategy, she like still was reinforcements for him. Like it didn't just let him go in there alone.
Yep. Very true. She had your back. That was actually, I think that's a really great character moment, is especially like Christina, the way that you played that, and like you had good reasons for what you did, and I thought that was fantastic. Like you had character reasons for the choice you made, and it's also different from how your characters acted in the past. Like in the past, you've run away from that kind of thing, but this time you decided to go with Nebuchadnezzar like straight into it, and I think that's some really cool character growth. So I really like that.
I liked a couple of things about Haley. One was the flower crown that she made for Alagos. And the second one was when Edrahel fell, that she right away just started running towards him to help him.
Yeah. Haley's got a bit of a crush on Edrahel.
Oh, like Chad doesn't have a crush on Dala.
Right.
No, I ain't got time for no that nonsense. I think I like just how Brian played his guy. I don't really have a specific moment I can call out, but I like how like he comes in there. He's like, I think I'll go. He just I like to have him in there. I like that he's I like that his big thing to fight with the greed. We have not seen that as a prevalent deal, but I'm looking forward to see how things go and we start to find some more loot.
I like what everyone said. I really like when Haley just went running in after Edrahel when he fell. And I like how Dala, when the voice asked her, "Do you fear death?" she's like, "No." And I like Eldakar over time. Hey, who can stealth? Who can climb walls? It's like, I can. So yeah. Cool. What was something challenging for your character?
Choosing to follow Chad. That was really hard.
That was one of the easy decisions to make. Just don't think about it.
Why was that hard, Dala? Continue.
It was just, yeah, because I just wanted to run, but I did it, and so far looking better than Chad. So
True, it's true.
Yeah.
I think for me, one of the challenges is trying to just relate to the party. Chaz has some social problems. When I gave the gift to Dala, just like I want to give a cool memento, but I knew that picking out a flower just want to cut it, picking out something cute, it had to be something that was like for a warrior. So when he found his big old stick, then he was like, should I spend, in his mind's like, should I spend the time to carve it up? And that's going to take too long. We could be dead in the next day. So I just had to give her the stick, and hopefully that was good enough. So I think it was just social and interactions can be a challenge for Nebuchadnezzar. Because sometimes he thinks a little differently than other people.
I think for Haley, it's still carried over from the last session where she can help with things to a degree, but she really thrives in a more civilized city like area, and that's where she's really gonna shine. So feeling a little bit things are feeling a little bit chaotic to her, and not in a good way, in that she's just kind of, doing whatever she can, but it doesn't feel like much.
The hardest part for me has been having this encounter ready for like a month and a half, waiting for you guys to fight this Urukai, which is very exciting. And I do want to make it clear to Dala and Nebuchadnezzar, everyone else, take your headphones out.
Uh-oh.
I'll wave when you can listen again.
Uh-oh.
For the two of you and the audience watching at home, the Urukai was definitely not the voice you heard in your head. So there is another something out there.
Yeah. My guy was going to call that out and say, this is the best you got. Okay.
All I saw was Christina's face like...
What's up?
You guys are good. I just had something I wanted to share with Joel and Christina because their characters would know. Yours wouldn't. And now the audience knows too. So, yeah.
I was wondering, well, and the editor.
You be quiet,
this
Gabriel.
episode.
I was wondering.
I'm interested to see Cyrell use the new sword in this fight.
I had like a cool moment that I was about to do, and then we ended. I was like, "Come on!"
I was gonna use the shining arrow too. I was like, "Oh man."
Yeah.
Okay.
I had stuff to light up.
It's also a show. I have to just call it sometimes, and that was the perfect moment to leave
I don't blame you,
for
but
2 weeks.
It was about to be an Avengers moment up in here. It was good. It was good.
I have an inspiration song that I have had prepared for an intense fight. Like it's written in a way that's meant for an intense fight. I've had it prepared for like 5 months. No, I mean like the second since the second session. No, not 5 months. I meant to say like weeks. But like I've had it prepared for a while now, and I'm like,
part of it was until the previous night you didn't have a long rest, so you couldn't even do any more inspiration until now.
So is a song "You Got a Friend in Need"? You got a friend in need. Is that the song that we're looking at here?
The next session is just going to be really awesome. That's all that happens.
There you go.
Yep.
I think the challenge for Cyrell is, I think he wants to like Nebuchadnezzar, but I think Nebuchadnezzar keeps putting the group into danger, and so like he's really frustrated. But I think the other frustration is that he keeps going up against supernatural threats that he has no idea like how to tackle, and I feel like when Chad like goes crazy and runs in, like the rest of the party's like, what do we do? And so Cyrell wants to help lead, but he doesn't know how to deal with these supernatural threats. So I think next episode you'll see Cyrell get fairly like frustrated with the supernatural stuff, and he's gonna go all in. He's about to be his own version of Chad in a second. So look forward to that little teaser. And there's one more. What was the other thing?
I have you guys in like the second most evil place in the game. I gotta take advantage of it. Sorry.
I think that just for me as a player, I've never played a highly like strength-based character, or haven't in a while. So it's kind of thinking like, hey, Cyrell's good at athletics. He would try to climb something. Like that's not something usually I would do, but it's like, yeah, that's probably his character. he doesn't know what's going to be on the courtyard. He's worried about that, so he's going to try to find another way. So
Yeah, I was really pulling for you. I was hoping that you were going to make it to the roof there, and man, if it hadn't been for that natural one.
Okay, made for a cool scene.
It did.
Yeah.
Any other challenges?
Feel like
You felt like 50
before-
feet like a boss, man.
Got back up.
You did. You were saying something,
Feel
Brian.
I feel like before Eldakar really met the rest of the party, he hasn't really had as much interaction with people. So him being able to he worries about the team having the person chasing after him. So it's finally had someone to he kind of cares about these people. So it's kind of a challenge for him to, I guess, he wants to be with the team, but he's also afraid that he's going to hurt the team by having this person chasing them. So I feel like that's what's kind of hard for him.
That was deep. Like that.
Good.
I really want to hear more about Edakar's background. I hope we get to that soon. I knew we were trying to get to the runes today, so didn't want to push that too much.
When I get the chance, I will tell you guys.
Cool. Any other challenges? All right, last question. How can we apply this to real life?
Don't listen to other voices that don't sound aligned with good, I guess you could say.
Good.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Joel, did you think she was talking about Chad for a second?
I
Instead of
did.
the voices?
I can tell you're definitely talking about the voices in the head, and Cyrell, good on you, Derek, for resisting that. It would have been very interesting had you not, and probably best that you, or had you not resisted it, probably best that you did resist it. So.
Gabe?
Yes.
Yes.
I was gonna say something and now I forgot what I was gonna say.
Fair
I
enough.
have another one. When you fall, get right back up. Like Sorrel.
Yeah.
That's good.
I would say don't be afraid to lean on the support and the expertise of people that are there for you. I felt like oftentimes we kept forgetting that Vidar and Kona were there. They're more experienced in that kind of thing, and it actually reached a point where they had to say, "Hey, what do you need from us?"
What do you want us to do?
I think oftentimes in life we don't want to bother anybody, but people leaning on other people is important, just as you want people to feel like they can lean on you.
Mm-hmm. Like what Christina said, you don't know what thoughts or what voices other people might be hearing just because you're not seeing them. So be mindful of those things also.
Very true. You don't know what other people are going through, or if we want to go the spiritual route, you can talk about how, we all have one or more voices that is lying to us, right? Telling us things that aren't true about ourselves. And we don't know what that voice is telling other people. We don't know what lies other people are constantly hearing about themselves, and the ways that they're being worn down aren't necessarily the ways that we're being worn down. For example, Derek, your shadow weakness for Cyrell is lure of power, right? So you're tempted by power, whereas Joel, your character's shadow weakness is vengeance. You're driven by something completely different and tempted by something completely different. And your characters don't inherently know that about each other. And so you cannot understand the way that someone is reacting or lashing out because you don't understand the way that they're being attacked, because they're being attacked in a way that's different than you. And so in real life, the enemy is real. Satan is real, demons are real. And we don't know how other people in our lives are being oppressed, how they're being attacked, things that are wearing them out, which I think on the one hand shows us, we need to operate in grace. That should be our default setting when we interact with other people. And at the same time, encourage us to have those conversations when we can, to get to know the people around us better and support each other better and find out, how are you hurting and what can I do?
Mm-hmm.
I think something else, I think wisdom is important in life. Like I felt Cyril was trying to figure out, like, how can we approach, what can we learn more about this enemy, things like that. But then there's also a time where you have to act. I think when Edrahel fell, I was like, oh my goodness, Cyril might start running in, and then Haley just took off. And I was like, that's the right decision. She's working on her friend. And it was at that point, Cyril was like, all right, we all have to get in there. There's nothing else. Like, our party's getting hurt. Like, we got to do this. And so I think there's definitely wisdom in being cautious and trying to get as much information as you can. But there comes a point in life where I'm going to have to act on the information I have and try to do the best I can with what God has given me. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think what I'd say is, like, I think it's like verse on my mind is like Christ is a giver of good gifts. He's a good father. So going back to the gifting deal, the Lord has gifts for us all. He wants to give, and He knows what we need. He knows what we desire, and He's always looking out for us. So, I think the next thing is sometimes you have to bust down a few doors.
Are you afraid to kick down some doors?
Sounds cool. Anything else, guys? All right, that was fun. Thanks so much, guys.
Good times. Thank you guys for playing. Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing, all those wonderful things. And if you're watching on Facebook, give it a comment, a share, a like. All those things help the magical algorithm to show more people our content. So thank you. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Through the Realm of Light and Shadow. God bless. Love your faces. God loves you. And we will see you next time.
Yay.
All right.